Knowing we all have an expiration date really, really bothers me in a way that I don't even think I have the mental capacity to properly talk about. We go through life thinking that, all right, let me just back up just because this is the same conversation because I'm still lining it up in my brain. But okay, so when you're young, you feel like you got all the time in the world, right? So to my younger listeners, and I mean people, if you are, you know what I mean, 18 to 25, or even if you under 18. I don't know if I got a lot of under 18 listeners, but if I do, shout out to y'all dope. I appreciate y'all all. But when from the time you're young until you're about 29, you feel like you got all the time in the world. When you're 30, you feel like you got time. You might not feel like you got all the time in the world, but you feel like you got time. I promise you, every year after 35, like, it's funny how you feel like at 30, you feel like you got time. You don't realize how fast time flying. You don't realize the parameters of time. You don't realize, like, what you're doing in your time because you are currently wasting the time. You know what I mean? Like, so you in the time trying to plan out the time or plot on the time, but at that same time, you are wasting the time. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I hope y'all did. Like, and I ain't saying that you're wasting the time when you're planning out the time for the future, but just think about it. This is life is so precious that you have to live like every day is your last, and you have to live like you're going to live forever. I know I've had a similar conversation like this before on this platform, but it is very necessary and very, very essential that you guys hear this a lot. Like, life is so complicated, and this is what brings out the various emotions in people. This is what brings out, like, what's going on. This is why a lot of things might not make sense. This is why the amount of trauma that people go through plays a very important role in how this life thing and how this time thing goes along. We all have expiration dates, and we don't know the expiration date. You could do everything right, bruh. You could do everything right, bruh. You could not have no vices. I mean, imagine just having zero vices. I'm talking, you're not addicted to sugar. You feel me? Imagine not being addicted to sugar. Imagine not being addicted to salt. Imagine not being addicted to bread. You feel me? Like, I don't know. No, I've never heard nobody say that they're addicted to water. We just know we're supposed to drink it, and it's the best thing to drink. So that's what we drink. But I've never heard anybody say, man, I'm addicted to water. You know why? Because most water, I don't want to get into the whole tappity, but, or not tappity, but like the conspiracy thing, because, they run all the stuff. They done tested all these bottles of water, and they saying that some of the best water ain't in. They got bacteria, all kind of whatever. But let's not go there. I'm just saying, water has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 gluten. You know what I mean? It's water is the one thing that can wash away anything. I don't know if y'all know that. I mean, y'all might know that because, we all here. We all old. You know what I'm saying? But, nah. Water, they really said water With water, you can break down anything with water. It might take some time, but you can break down anything with water. Like if it's enough water, all it takes is enough water to churn up enough times and and it'll break down anything. Water wears down any and everything. Like it's just how it is. But our bodies are made up of about 70% water or 80% water, something like that. So we have to constantly keep water in our body so it can break down all of the nonsense that we put in. Unfortunately, we put in a whole bunch of nonsense. Now, I'm not making this a conversation about health. I'm not making this a conversation about none of that because I'm fat. And I don't practice the best health. Shoot, I be missed the chocolate chip cookie. That's not, get it twisted. I don't ever want to ever talk like I'm coming from a place of perfection or projection. I don't want to put that on nobody else. I can only speak from what I've gone through and what my mind has comprehended, the things that I've gone through over these years that I've been alive. You feel me? But I'm talking like this to y'all because for one, I don't have a proper outlet. I don't go to therapy. You feel me? This is my therapy. I pay Apple a certain amount of money a month so I could get on here and talk to y'all whenever I feel like it. If I want to do an episode a week, if I want to do 5 episodes a week, if I want to do an episode a month, if I want to do an episode a year, I pay Apple a specific amount of money, and then they pay whoever a specific amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get it twisted. This I pay Apple that money, and then Apple pay iHeart that money because iHeart owns the company that's producing this joint out. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? In any event, right? In any event, we don't look at time correctly. Nah, okay. And let's not make this a we conversation because y'all might do the time thing correctly. I personally, me don't do this time thing correctly. I've wasted so much time, and I can't even say, well, I've invested this time into this to put in these results. No. You know what I've invested a lot of time in? I've invested a lot of time into knowing how to speak into this microphone and talk to y'all. I've been in over 130 episodes of a podcast that wasn't even my podcast, not counting these 60 or so episodes. Now, so let's and imagine all of the episodes that we got to do this over. We got to go about you know what I'm saying? Like, so if I got a lot of experience in this, I don't know if it just yielded the results, and I ain't gonna say it's going. It might take 1,000 episodes before it yields some results. Who knows? You know what I mean? I'm not, like I said, I don't preach on nothing perfection, none of that. I'm talking to y'all right now because and I'm speaking we as in me, right? So me. My conscience, my train of thought, all that. That's my we. So I can't even go do this outside of a me thing. But I'm hoping when I'm talking that y'all could relate to it and then y'all could adjust how y'all go about some of the things because I feel terrible about how I communicate with people. Just imagine, I ain't released the episode and God knows when. So just imagine how I communicate with people. Like, some of my favorite people I don't communicate with properly, like, for real. And there's a lot of them, I love them dearly, and I don't communicate with them properly or whatever. So, like, you get to a point where you're like, damn, I'm so caught up that I'm wasting the time, but I need to be taking out the time to, contact and touch bases with the people that mean the most to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm so busy living in a circle and like a cycle where it's like, you wake up, you go to work, you got to worry about all these issues at work, and then you get off work and you're so happy to be off work that you just want to kick back, watch a movie or watch a TV show, and get in bed, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you so caught up in that world that ain't got nothing to do with the real world for real. Even though that's a business. You know what I'm saying? And nothing to do with the real world what's really going on, but it's taking up so much of your time and your energy that you let it like low key defeat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just realized like I made a couple phone calls today, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't taken out the time to properly, you know what I mean, touch bases with the people who love you the most. You know what I mean? Love me the most. You feel me? So I had to get on here and say something about it, because the one thing about us is we feel like we got all the time in the world when we're younger, and as we get older, we realize we don't have that type of time. Like, if you ever run into somebody that's like very adamant about their time, one of those reasons is because they realize that they don't have the time to be on, you know what I mean, to be on nothing that isn't productive. You gotta respect it. I ain't here to take up too much of y'all time today. I just want y'all to know, like, be better at time management than me. Please. Pretty please. Alright. I could beg y'all, because y'all the listeners. You know, if you was a man in my face, I ain't gonna say pretty please to you, you feel me? But pretty please though, if y'all just manage, like, I ain't in y'all business. I don't know y'all business. All I know is just how I've been conducting my business hasn't been the best, and I haven't managed my time the best. And my advice to y'all is to manage y'all time better. Even if you're already doing a good job, find a way to do it a better way. Or find a way to be even more efficient at managing your time. So this way, when you're a little older, you don't feel like you wasted your time. Because that is a bad feeling all in itself. And it'll make you, you know, it's funny because you'll constantly beat yourself up over the time that you wasted. And you don't realize that you're wasting your time beating yourself up over that. You feel me? Like, I literally seen somebody take time to get mad about the fact that they felt like I wasted their time. But I'm like, well, now you wasted about triple the amount of time, because you had to get your grievance off about the time you felt like I wasted, when I was wasting time doing what we could have been doing. That's how 20 minutes turned into an hour, and that's how 40 minutes turned into 2 hours. I want y'all to just, you know, take some time. Thank God that you're here. Thank God that you get to take a breath. And, you know, take the time out to just remind some of the people that you know love you the most that you love them back. This has been another lovely episode. It's okay not to be okay.